Luksor Tapınağı'na geldik. Luksor Tapınağı'nda gezinti yapıyoruz. Evet.
And statues of Ramses II in front. There were 6 statues, 4 standing, 2 seated, and there were 2 obelisks. One of them still there, 24 meters high, 170 tons. One piece of stone. The other one is in Place de la Concorde in France. It was given by Muhammad Ali Pasha. He was Albanian. Yeah, he gifted to France, and he's got to return a clock. The clock in the mosque of Muhammad Ali in Cairo never worked, so we lost our obelisk for a broken French clock. Yani it was not.
They should buy a Swiss clock.
Swiss clock, Rolex or Swatch. French are very smart. So that was the Sphinx Avenue, led all the way. You remember Karnak? You remember the crane? Yeah, this is Karnak. 2 miles of sphinxes connected the 2 temples. Few of them still there, and the rest is gone.
Karnak'tan buraya bağlantı yoluymuş burası.
And on it we see him fighting. You see the horses?
Yes.
This is the most famous battle in the history of Egypt, the Battle of Kadesh. Ramses again, his people lived in Syria called Hittites, and the Hittites mentioned in the Bible, in the Old Testament. It is funny because we have 2 stories of this battle, the Egyptian story and the Hittite story, and each tells something different. But we know that the first World Peace Treaty in the history of the world had been signed at the time between Ramses and the Hittites.
That was so he never win, he never lose, but it was a draw.
Yeah, it was draw. Yeah, but each tried to show that they won. Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about the layout of the temple.
Taşlar.
اهو انا اصورها بسرعه يلا يا مون
Luksor Tapınağı'ndayız.
أكثر من كونها عنصر يخرج في داخل المعابد. أعمدة يعني مكان مظلم يعني سقف. ماشي.
So behind the first open court, and as usual we see behind the wall is an open court. Open, no roof. So it had no roof, and there were 74 columns, and there were statues of Ramses II between of them. Some of them are in a good condition, like the seated one and the standing one right there. Others are broken. The rest is missing. This is Ramses II, 1250 BC. AD 1400, 600 years ago, Sheikh Abu Haggag built his mosque on the top of the temple. And he built his mosque up there because it was the ground level at the time. I mean, the temple was covered with sand and silt from the temple.
So he didn't show all that?
He did, but he loved to cover it. Okay, this is a welcome mosque. Very soon, we're gonna hear the prayers, the sunset prayers, but from outside. Abu Haggag. انتوا رايحين فين؟ طبعا عشان ما So it is said, by the way, that first the Christians made a small church on the top of the columns and the statues to hide them, and later the Muslims built the mosque on the top of the church to hide the church. It happened all over the world. In Turkey, Hagia Sophia Mosque was originally church, converted to mosque, to museum, to mosque. In Spain, Cordoba, churches were converted to mosques, and when the Muslims left, they converted them again to churches. So it happens, okay? But I want to tell you something. This is 600 years old. 600 years means it's 2 times the age of America. If we believe America is 300 years, this is 600 years.
Yeah.
Real old monuments, and it's a part of our history as well.
عليه ظهور اللوتس والبردي رمز الشمال ورمز ايه الجنوب تمام ويرمز الاتحاد الشمال والجنوب يا جماعه يرمز برمز السماء طويل معناها اتحاد الارضين دول متحدين ومن
We see now 2 figures of Ramses II, and on his throne we see delicate reliefs carvings showing 2 images of the god of the Nile. The god of the Nile was called Happy, and Happy was shown as a fat man. So there is a big belly and broad breasts, which means fertility and richness. Their time papyrus and lotus, which means unification. Under prisoners from Asia, tied up from the neck of Syria. Here is Asians. There is Africans. Can you see the different images?
Ah, yes, the face.
Yeah. Look at the big nose, the earrings, the different wigs. So Ramses captured Asians and Africans as well. Again, we're not sure if it was real or fake.
Nubian guys, no?
Nubian.
Kerim.
Amazing. So comparing to Karnak, Temple Luxor is a small temple, but it looks in a good condition. I mean, the columns are very beautiful. The statues outside are beautiful as well. Besides, different cultures and religions. I mean, once we see the columns, this is from the time of the pharaohs, 1400 BC, and they're side by side to the Muslim mosque of Abu Haggag, which is 1400 AD, which means it's 2,800 years difference. Okay? But once we look there, we see something different. Ruins of
Roman.
Roman Church or Christian Church. Christianity in Egypt since the 1st century AD. Saint Mark. Mark, he was one of Jesus Christ's disciples or apostles. Came to Egypt 1st century AD. Invited the Egyptians to the new religions. Then they started to change. By almost 400 or 500 AD, Egyptians were Christians. And they stopped believing in those gods and goddesses. And they were against this religion. So they changed this room into a church. They plastered the walls with gypsum limestone, and they made the Christian pictures on the top of the ancient ones. This is 500 AD. Few hundred years later, those Christian pictures fell down, so we can see what was originally hidden underneath it. The ancient hieroglyphics, the ancient pictures in a good condition. But just by accident, they did not mean to protect it. You've been to Philae Temple, Edfu, right? Yes. And you saw that many of the pictures were defaced and chiseled out by the Christians. But in here, they did hide it by accident. 2 Roman columns, Corinthian capitals.
Okay, it's about time we practice some hieroglyphic reading. Let's see. A, L for lion, K, S, N, V, R, S. Alexandrus, or Alexander the Great.
Thank you.
الوحيد اللي استخدم الفن الواقعي
قال لك ده احتمال كبير